lady. It's not pretty. It's like the same as it always was.
Did they give you
No,
a new case?
No case. But
case.
I'm going to turn you up a little bit. Ooh, can't turn you up that much.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm awkwardly kind of sitting between the two microphones now while I get one last thing set up. That
okay.
I completely
well,
forgot about until I said, yeah, I'm ready to go live. And then I was like, oh, I don't have... The thing I always forget is I can't actually open the YouTube chat until I go live because the URL is like randomly generated when the stream starts.
Yeah, I should probably tweet. I don't particularly want to.
Oh, yeah. Man, I had a lot of fun on Twitter last night.
Sorry?
I had a lot of fun on Twitter last night. Well, apparently some Discord or something where people talk about Hermitcraft, but people who don't necessarily... people like fans of some of the larger hermits, but not necessarily us, hang out. Somebody posted a link to one of my tweets, and then a whole bunch of random people presumably from this Discord responded to it. And I figured this out because one of them goes, "Oh wait, I thought this was just a tweet from some random guy, but it's Joe Hill's the Hermit." And I'm like,
okay,
yeah, but oh boy. But yeah, they're like, let's make fun of Joe for watching a city council meeting at midnight. And I'm like, you know, anytime a city council meeting runs for 6.5 hours, there's probably something going on. Like, you should maybe watch those. It's okay if you
maybe that's something that should be done. Yeah.
If you don't live in Nashville, you don't have to watch this city council meeting, but I don't need y'all haranguing me about it.
No, you don't. How's the PC holding up? It's great, guys.
Streaming. I got some new... I'm trying to write my tweet. Yeah. That's my tweeting voice. Streaming live with Zombie Cleo. What are you working on? You're working on your bullet journal?
I'm working on my bullet journal as per usual.
Cool. Cleo's working on the bullet journal. I'm preparing some new trays for craft storage. For craft component and tool storage.
That sounds ominous.
Yeah, well, so the thing is, I bought, you know how I've been describing, like, basically my studio, like, the art supplies and stuff are just, like, all in piles, kind of, that get shuffled around the room?
Yeah.
So I bought some trays to put them in. But they're, like, stackable trays.
Okay.
And I think that this is a good way to do this. So we'll find out. But I gotta take stickers off the trays that came with them.
You need to get a new journal. Yeah, well, I've only got 2 months left in this journal because, like, there's not a lot of space left, considering that's what I've gone through. So I think 6 months per journal seems to be, like, a good thing. My writing is so clean and nice. Thank you! That's not how I normally write. That's just me being extra, Gem. But thank you.
Howdy, Gem.
Again, you're also welcome to join the chat if you wish, Gem. We're just going to be here, I don't know, doing stuff, I guess.
Yep.
I mean, like, just generally doing stuff.
Yeah, I'm
Cleo for the biddies. And Geek and Many Topics for the 22-month resub. And says, good morning, Cleo and Joe. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I have my computer back. It's great.
Yay.
You got cured of being a zombie on Witchcraft. Are you changing it was just Witchcraft lore? It's... I'm going to say everything is interlinked, but not everything affects everybody. So the answer is I'm still Zombie Cleo because that's a brand. Thank you for the hype train. Why has my hype train not worked?
It worked. There was a whistle and everything.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate that. But my overlays should have triggered that.
Well,
should have triggered the hands. Hang on. No. We're not doing this. We're
okay.
we're putting the hands on because they're important. And I need to speak to Cam also about the hands not working. Thank you. Oh, crikey. Thank you, Masani, for the 3-month resub. And thank you, Pixel Brain, for the 3-month resub. Hang on, no. Masani for the 15-month resub. Crash stream during a coffee break. I apologize. Pixel Brain for the 3 months with an OO. Bakura for the Cleo biddies, which haven't triggered. And Mother of Kobolds for resubbing for 20 months. Thank you. And Psychic Legume has resubscribed for 40 months, saying, love waking up and watching craft streams. That's what we're here for. And thank you, Mother of Kobolds, for the tier 3. I'd forgotten about that.
Tier 3. It's like 3 tiers. Wow, wow, wow.
Wow, 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 wow.
No, only 3 tiers. 1 wow for each tier.
Well, oh, okay. Bits dig.
That's like onomatopoeia for crying here, sorry. You might not have that.
Yeah. Xavier the Red resubscribed for 9 months. Thank you very much. That's a lot of things going on.
Okay.
Yeah, when the hype train stops, somebody just notify me and I'll turn off the hands. But I gotta have the hands on because, like, it's the first hype train back with things that are supposed to work but didn't. It might be that things turn off on their own, but it possibly not. But it's fine. Okay.
Haha! I got the entire sticker off in one go for the first tray.
That's good.
And see,
I'm pleased for you.
I know that these trays are a good idea because I'm already basically using other objects as trays for art supplies. You see, I've got my protractors and palettes and a bunch of stuff inside of this creeper mask here. So I can just...
When you're using a creeper mask as a tray to hold things...
As a tray for your crafts. Yeah, you might need a tray for your crafts, right?
Crafts.
So now I've got a creeper mask again. And it chromas out everything but the eyes and the mouth, but it's fine.
Which is kind of eerie, but okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay. I'm realizing there's a sticker on the bottom of that tray, too, so I gotta take all that stuff back out. So I can take off that sticker. But yeah, so I've got 5 stickers on the tops of the trays and 5 stickers on the bottoms of the trays I gotta remove. Woo!
Yay!
And then I can organize all my craft stuff. What?
No, that's impossible. Craft organization is a lifelong job. Did you record the Witchcraft episode on your laptop? Yes, I did. That was literally recording the Witchcraft stuff was literally the day after I'd had my tooth surgery, so I wasn't talking a lot during that. You may have noticed. Oh, posture check, crack your backs. Okay.
Oh no! Why would they cut into? There's like some sort of cutout punch thing on the UPC here.
Okay.
So like they gave the sticker teeth, and so when you try and peel it up, it like leaves bits, like intentionally because they scored it.
Oh, it's to show that you've done stuff to it, I would assume.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because like after you've done stuff to it and you try and return it and they'll go, oh, you've done stuff to it. That's weird. Why are you doing stuff to the thing you own?
It's a plastic tray. What are they? They're like, oh no, you bought this to store shrimp in, and then after you stored the shrimp sufficiently, you... Whoops. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm kind of... We kind of moved the mic around for the guitar the other day, and I'm not used to it yet, and I'm not sure how I like it. It doesn't work well for the craft streams, I'll say that.
That's fine. We're good. Oh, yeah, hydrate. I got a drink.
Oh, apparently it's Polaris North Star's birthday. So while you drink, Feliz cumpleaños a ti, Feliz cumpleaños a ti, Feliz cumpleaños a Polaris North Star, Feliz cumpleaños a ti, y muchas más.
Yep.
Hey, welcome, Luigra. Okay, let's see if I can get this other sticker in one peel. Probably not, because this one's going poorly already.
Love my text calligraphy. Thank you. I just call it handwriting.
Oh, no.
because this is the sort of thing that I'd do with the kids, you know, at school. It's just done in a weird way.
You know, Cleo, how you're always talking about how if you didn't do the stream, you wouldn't journal, like, at least not as prettily. You know, it wouldn't look as nice.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I will say, I 100%, when I bought these, I was looking at those stickers, and I was like, almost like, I shouldn't buy this. Because I'm never going to take those stickers off there, and it's going to annoy me for, like, 25 years. And then I was like, no, I'll do it during the craft stream. Like, these streams are so helpful for just life.
There you go, guys. You help us with, you know, the life stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I thought I should mention we're doing rotating tips on the camera.
Hype train's over.
Now that the hype train's over, I can promote my stuff. Patreon.com or Patreon. Oh wait, gosh, I'm too tired. Never mind.
No, I was just.
I can't say a URL out loud because I'm tired.
I apologize.
No, it's my. I'm fine. I'm tired. I was up late watching the city council meeting because they're trying to give the NFL a bunch of money to build a stadium. And you might think, wow, how much does the NFL really need additional money when all the teams are owned by billionaires anyway? And so yeah, it was a 6.5 hour city council meeting. So I was up till 1:30 watching that. I was also like getting a lot of chores done around the house. So
I mean, I would hope so if you're spending that much time watching a city council meeting.
Yeah. I also had to send a bunch of documents off to the immigration attorney, so it's like I got the scanner hooked up and scanned a bunch of stuff. It was a very productive 6.5 hours for me. But yeah, I was up later than I should have been.
Thank you, Xavier Red, for the 9-month resub. Cannon Russia for the 21-month resub. My jumper looks comfortable. Yes, as Joe can attest, it's the one I met Joe in. And Constant Sorrow has resubscribed for 20 months. Or are you talking about the jumper on my avatar? Which is also very comfortable. I wouldn't know. I don't own it, but I want it. Sorry, Joe.
No, it's fine. People are saying I could heat the stickers up with a hairdryer. From an acoustic standpoint, I'm not sure that's the best stream experience.
I would rather, from an acoustic standpoint, that didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, I've also already got 2 of these done out of 5. And we're only, how far into the stream? Like, 10 minutes. So, it's not like these are not working or something.
Thank you. Mimi has resubscribed for 7 months. Thank you very much. Did I thank Constant Sorrow for the 22 months? I think I did, but thank you. We'll get you that sweater one day. I mean, you know, I might end up having to make it at this point because people are very invested in it.
Would you consider yourself, like, ready to make a whole sweater?
I've made clothes before.
Well, have you made a sweater, though? Because it seems like that's kind of a bigger challenge than a scarf. In terms of sizing and stuff.
Oh, you're talking about crochet? No, I'm talking about sewing. Sweaters are sewing, not craft, not crochet.
Okay, well, maybe, yeah, so... Maybe we use
I've
the word
sewn clothes before, Joe. I've made entire costumes.
No, I get that, but I guess sweaters around here would have been crocheted. Like the way we use the word sweater, because you use the word jumper.
This is sweatshirt that I've got currently on. Ignore the pilling.
Oh, okay. You're talking about
sweatshirt.
Sorry. I thought you were talking about like what you would call a jumper, which would have been like
jumper, which I would have called.
Wow, crocheting a sweater seems like a lot, but not that you couldn't do it.
Crocheting a sweater is quite easy. I've also done that before.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, it seems like a lot because I'm ignorant.
I mean, it is a lot, but crochet is. Like, crochet is... Jumpers are made with wool. They're not necessarily knitted. Crochet is much easier than knitting, for example.
Gotcha.
Like, by a factor of, like, 10. So knitting a jumper is harder than crocheting a jumper.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Like the thing that, like, if you were a sailor and it was like custom made so they could identify your corpse if you washed ashore.
I mean,
They would have
those sorts of jumpers are fairly, you know, tightly woven. I guess. Never heard of that before, but I'm assuming you're correct. Which is probably a mistake on my part.
Well, I don't know if it's an American maritime tradition or not, but I assumed that, you know, y'all are a pretty maritime country.
I mean, historically, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, the idea is that, like, wives would make custom knit, sweaters for their spouses, and then if they washed ashore, they'd be more easily identified. And it was like, it's like the kind of sweater that in the first Knives Out movie, the guy who's kind of a jerk wears.
Ransom, yeah.
Yeah, Ransom's wearing that kind of sweater. But the idea is that no two of them are supposed to have the same patterns, because that would make it harder to identify a corpse. So, like, I think they're called fisherman's sweaters.
Joe could afford to be turned up. You say that, but he's currently on 182%. Now he's on 200%. It's going to make literally no difference.
Okay, I mean, I can turn myself up over here if it really makes you feel better.
Oh, that's good. Whatever you just did, that's good.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Now you can hear the sticker.
Ooh, delicious sticker acoustics.
Yeah, I know, right? Figured you did not need that, but okay. Hey, we got our first tip of the stream rolling in. It's from Shifty Pumpkin. Shifty Pumpkin writes, "What's this payment for?" Just for y'all being y'all. Well, thank you, Shifty Pumpkin. Gonna rotate 20 degrees now. Do. One for each US dollar.
Hi Cam and bye Cam. Go to sleep. But also we need to sort out the hype train. It didn't work.
Somebody
just so you know.
Somebody says today I learned how to pronounce maritime. I mean, I wouldn't assume that the Joe Hill's way of pronunciating is always correct.
As far as I'm aware, it is correctly pronounced.
Thank you, Cleo. Wink.
I don't know what the wink was for, but
oh, it's because you got my back on that bad pronunciation.
I don't think it's bad pronunciation. I just think it's just, you know, pronunciation.
Very convincing.
You know, certain things make me want to have your back less. You just say it. Crochet works better for doll, amigurumi, anything else you might want. Stable stitching. Knitting is nicer for clothes, definitely, I feel. But it depends on what sort of aesthetic you want with it. But I don't necessarily think you're wrong on that. So...
A lot of people are like, Joe, use a blow dryer. Why? That's gonna be really loud. They're just like, Joe, we want you to have to mute yourself so we can only hear Cleo.
I mean, you could just say that.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You know, guys.
Like, we get it.
Can you have Joe's back? It'll look nice on your wall. I think he's using it. I
mean, my front would look
Joe
better,
is too
but
loud, aggressive. Okay, fine. I can turn Joe down as well. Back to where he was. There we go. Your streams regularly. You're not sure I've ever chatted. Well, that is not your first time chatting, so definitely you have. But welcome anyway.
How often can you change your Twitch username?
I've never done it. I have no idea.
Well, but like Blaze does it all the time, right?
I mean, Blaze does, yeah. Blaze changes their name regularly.
So, I mean, if Blaze can change their name all the time, the only thing stopping me is
the ability to get Joe Hills back again.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's every 6 weeks. Oh, that's.
Because arguably, I would definitely change my name to Joe Hills in that time.
Badger says once every 12 weeks. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Redby says every 6 months. So we got 3 different numbers, but I'm going to trust my fiance on this.
I mean, honestly, I trust Blaze on this one because Blaze is the one that changes their name regularly.
Well, that's not. I can tell you've never been married.
You say that like me and Cam don't disagree all the time.
Badger Spanner says, I once got stuck being called Darren for 3 months. Is that like a Bewitched joke? Because I guess what would I be, Samantha at that point? Is that how that works? Oh wait, what's the Bewitched song? That's the I Dream of Jeannie.
Like that. Every 60 days. Okay.
Badger says they probably changed it since I did this 4 years ago, so Blaze is probably right. Fair enough.
There you go, Blaze. You're probably right. Enjoy it. The one time you get to probably be right. It's unnatural for us as it is for you.
Okay. Bum, bum, bum.
6 weeks is 2 months about. That's how I do time.
Okay, we're down to our last tray. Badger, I bought 5 of these trays to store my craft supplies in instead of the creeper mask. Because I had 1 creeper mask. And it was just, I would just carry it around with a big pile of art supplies on it. Now I've got 5 stackable trays.
Me.
Yeah. But first I gotta clear out all these stickers. Because I know it would depress me if I left them on here for 20 years, and that's how most of my life goes. I'm just constantly surrounded by reminders that I intended to do something once 15 years ago, and then never got to it. It's just like,
I'm at the point where it's like, I don't know how you survive sometimes, Joe.
Well, because I do the survival stuff first. It's called triage. Like, leaving stickers on a stackable tray isn't gonna make or break whether or not we make rent or eat. But
Right.
like, which is exactly why it's the sort of thing that would get dropped for 15 years, you know? It's just,
I know.
it's the little things. It's the little things. Or are you saying, like, I don't know how someone could live in such a state where they can never address any minor problem because they're too busy dealing with major problems without just completely giving up on life? Is that, like, the query?
Really? It was just more a statement rather than a query.
Got the last big sticker off. I turned down the bass levels in OBS, but I don't know if Discord's still transmitting a lot of the bass sounds through the table. Sorry about that.
I mean, I hear it, but it's fine.
Okay.
I appreciate that, Blaze.
Rainbow Slab says, good sticker removal, 10 out of 10, no notes. Yay! Yeah, I've only got 1 left here. So, here we go. All-purpose storage tray! Wait, it says on the sticker, wipe clean with a damp clothes.
I mean, if you got spare clothes at this point?
Yeah, as long as they're damp. So, like, you take them out of the wash, you wipe your tray clean, then you throw them in the dryer. That's...
I mean, it'd work.
I'm glad I took a second. I don't know if I actually looked at the stickers on the front. But whatever. It's probably fine. I like that you can see where the injection mold pistons push these things out. They're just like, these are trays for people who really like injection molding.
I mean, I think that might just be you.
Oh no, there's plenty of people who like injection molding.
That is not correct.
Really? I feel like it's one of those things. It's not like a national pastime like cricket, but there's people who like watch it. You know, like snooker.
I mean, I can see watching it being done, but just looking at a piece and going, "Ooh, a fine piece of injection molding." Maybe not that.
Well, I mean, I used to stand around for like 8 to 12 hours a day, surrounded by people watching machines where injection molding occurred.
I don't think that was through choice. I think they had to be paid to do that.
They did have to be paid, but you know, it was one of those things. Like, it was a better job than a lot of the other ones.
I mean, considering that we know a lot of the other ones suck.
Yeah. Kara K says, can confirm, I love injection molding and cast molding. Woo! Kara K. The K is for quality beliefs about injection molding.
Quality. That's who you should trust. People who spell quality with a K.
I mean, there's also a W.
Oh, you expected me to say something else?
No, I'm just
No, I'm done.
I'm just done with the last sticker. I'm just basking in the stickerless tray glow. I did it. I set my goal for the stream and I accomplished it in the first 25 minutes. I really was worried this was going to be one of those, like, oh, you start taking off the sticker and it turns out that it's like there's some sort of problem, and then I thought I was going to have to start getting some esoteric tools and stuff, but like, no, I actually managed to do this. Okay. So,
I appreciate that you thought like several hours of streams was going to take off, what, 10 stickers?
I don't think you appreciate how challenging a lot of things in my life are. Like, I constantly am just like, oh yeah, I can knock this out in 20 minutes. It's like, no, I can't. Like, why is this so dumb?
I wish I could say I didn't think it was you making it challenging rather than the activity itself being challenging, but I can't.
Yeah. I'm just enjoying the fact that I've set a goal and accomplished it.
You accomplished said goal.
I accomplished said goal. Now I need to figure out, because like I said, I had the creeper mask I was storing the stuff in. But I bought 5 trays, so that way I could sort stuff. So I got to figure out how I'm going to sort this stuff next. I feel like maybe 1 tray for like colored pencils, and because I've got like a bunch of different colored pencil boxes, colored pencil stuff. The color pencil boxes don't fit.
Injection molding is oh gosh, it's fine for speedy bulk work, bereft of any love. But flame deposition was where the joy lives.
Okay.
Now we know.
Okay.
Flame deposition is where the love is, guys. Hello, writing with wolves.
Hello, I'm writing with wolves. Wait, what is this inside this book?
Don't know why it required that, but shh. Sure.
I found some old adverts.
Okay. For what?
Shelving. Ideas for easy living.
See, my brain is just sort of like, how old are the adverts? What the heck are they advertising?
This is an advertisement for shelves. Oh my gosh. Apparently they were new at the time. So it's not a very recent advertisement.
Oh. Shelving, which was new at the time.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's the industrial / garage version called the Flexi Wall, which is basically the same mounting brackets on the wall, but just there's like hooks to hang your lawnmower on, because lawnmowers didn't have motors back then, and they were a lot lighter.
You say that, my lawnmower now is very light.
Yeah.
Mine is battery powered. It's so nice not having to deal with a cable in any kind.
I
would also appreciate not having to have a lawnmower. I hate mowing the lawn.
I have a pay stub here from Albany Cheese. What?
When did you work at Albany Cheese?
It was the two shelving advertisements, and this Albany Cheese statement of earnings and deductions for employee number 80, who apparently earned $1,023, paid $193 in federal tax, $39 in state tax, $7 in city tax. There's no date on this. It's weird. But yeah. Yeah, all of these were in this random book. Oh, wait. What is this? The Judgment of Nature. Oh no, that looks terrible.
Judgment of Nature.
Wow. There's all sorts of stuff in this book. That's like I think somebody was using this as a bookmark.
I like how happy Joe is just nerding out about history stuff. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just cool. Pay stub from, I'm guessing, the 80s.
Oh, I mean, this stuff to me looks like 60s and 70s.
I mean, with a name like Albany Cheese, yeah.
Yeah. This flexi-wall storage system.
From when shelves were new.
Yeah. For Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Yeah, because I got this this book at a used bookstore, and I didn't realize that there was some stuff like folded into the cover, the slip cover or whatever. I wonder if there is a copyright notice on any of this stuff. Nope, these ads don't have any sort of year on them. But yeah, oh boy. There's instructions for how to install the shelving on all sorts of different walls.
I mean, I'm assuming it's relatively comparable to how you would install shelving today.
Yeah, but like when I look at the TV in this picture, like this says to me like 1960 something. Maybe 1970.
What, made of wood?
Oh, yeah. Like, or at least wood paneled. Like, maybe it wasn't real wood anymore. But yeah, because when I was on my charity D&D stream, we got attacked by, like, we were in, like, a castle comparable to the one from Beauty and the Beast, and we were being attacked by furniture that had been people once. And a bookshelf kept throwing books at one of the players. And if it was a book that I had within arm's reach, I would hold it up. And this was one of them, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So I had pulled that out of the shelf. But yeah, my dad was a big fan of that. There was a whole, like, thing about, like, oh, if you're going to be a manager in a factory, you need to be familiar with Dale Carnegie's methods. But like 99% of it is like, you're probably going to want to be a jerk when somebody does something stupid. Maybe don't.
Don't be a jerk.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah, it's very important in America.
That people think that you're not an a-hole.
Yeah, it's like if you want people to trust you as a leader when you're running a factory, don't just treat people like they're stupid. And like, this was revolutionary back in the 1940s. So, or 20s or whatever when it was written. Because it's like traditionally the way you run a factory is by being a jerk. See the Victorian era.
It's sort of like when you want to be an a-hole, stop.
Yeah.
Ignoring these advances in shelving technology. You know what, JT? Absolutely right. Ignore away.
Another JT says, based on the stereo on the shelves in the picture, probably late 60s or early 70s. Hey, we got another tip rolling in. Let's see who that's from. Okay, I can't use the mouse right now because there's too much stuff in the way. So I'm going to put this in.
Sorry.
Go on.
My alerts aren't going off, so I keep on missing things. So you go ahead first, because you noticed first.
I was going to say, thank you to Rough Boy for the 25, who says, hey, Joe and Cleo, hope you have a lovely stream and a lovely week. You are both amazing, and I deeply appreciate the work you put in to your shows and your communities. Joe, I can never truly explain you to people when I tell them to watch you, and every time they go, wait, seriously? I tell them that's the Joe Hills difference. Never stop being yourself. I don't plan to, Rough Boy. Thank you very much. That's going to get us 25 more degrees of rotation. So I'm rotating, Joe-tating, Cleo-tating, to 45 total.
That's not how that works.
Okay,
so
you were going to thank somebody.
I was. Shifty Pumpkin tip $20 saying have some pounds freshly knitted. I do appreciate that. We do call that, however, forgery, and I can get in real trouble for that. But I appreciate it nevertheless, Shifty. Zan Meeks has resubscribed for 24 months. Hello. And Nursing Geek has resubscribed for 5 months. Thanks for the reminder. May is coming. Best get on my Bujo too. Absolutely. May is always coming because it's my birth month, and therefore it's either done or it's coming.
Wait. So I've only ever heard Bujo as a Cajun nickname. So, like, that's the sort of thing, like, somebody's called and you can tell they're from Louisiana. But I'm assuming that in this context it's an abbreviation of bullet journal?
Yep.
Wow. We've been doing these bullet journal streams for, like, 15 months or something, and I've never heard that. It's
because I don't call it that, because I don't like shortening things a lot of the time.
No, that's fair. Yeah, no, because, like, I remember in Florida there was, like, a radio host whose assistant was named Bujo, and they were both from, like, Louisiana, and it's like, I can't imagine spelling that and it not being French. That's so weird. So is it just B-U-J-O, or is it B-U-J-O-U?
B-U-J-O.
That's it's gonna take me a while to wrap my head around that. Okay,
you take all the time you need.
I plan to. Okay, so in terms of storing things in these trays,
what things are you going to be storing in your magic trays, Joe?
Yeah, I really didn't think this through. Because, like,
this is my problem. I buy storage and I don't 100% know how I'm going to use it, and therefore I think I should maybe have planned out what I'm going to use first.
I'm just going to start piling stuff up over here that looks like it would fit in the tray. Oh, no, the tape's too big for the trays. I've got, like, a bunch of colored duct tape. Too tall for the trays. Hey, Panpipid! Thank you for the tip of... I'm not sure what currency that is, so give me a second to translate it.
Matthew Bailey, they're good.
Do you know what SGD is? I'm thinking Stargate Dallas, but that can't be right.
I have no idea.
Singaporean dollars. Okay, that's 15 US abacus dollars, so that's gonna come out to
Joe
60
taking the time he needs, amazing. I know, Blaze, right? Sorry, say that again. I apologize.
It's Singapore dollars.
Oh, it's Singapore dollars. Okay.
Yay.
The best dollars.
Mahi Zero says, I want a Stargate in Dallas. Yeah.
I mean, everybody wants a way to get off this planet. I understand. It doesn't have to be in Dallas.
Yeah. I think there'd be a lot of argument, though, because people would be like, well, it's technically the Fort Worth Stargate. It's like, no, that's actually in Richardson. It's like people in Dallas love to argue about what is or isn't Dallas.
Okay. I don't. I'm gonna smile and nod.
Okay. Dallas is a city in the southern United States.
I know what Dallas is, but
Okay.
yeah. I don't know about anything.
Okay, so I'm thinking initially, let's separate this into. We'll do one tray for like things that you trace, like French curves and stencils, right?
Sure.
That seems like a logical thing to put into a tray. And then we'll get a second tray for painting supplies, like brushes, palette, that sort of thing. So I've got a lot of like random brushes everywhere. And I have not really used the painting stuff very much lately. Partially because it's all over the place.
Maybe all this will be solved.
I know, right? Okay.
Dallas is a terrible 80s TV show. Dallas is a mere popsicle. Dallas sounds like a food. Dallas is lettuce backwards.
I think Dallas's lettuce backwards is my favorite.
I think that's my favorite as well.
Oh gosh, I don't even know what's in half this stuff.
Dallas needs the Stargate most. I don't know, you haven't seen where I live. Where I live is pretty dire. But you know, at least it's not Croydon.
I'm gonna get to Croydon one day. That's one of my dreams of visiting England.
One day I'll get to Croydon, and then you'll go, oh no, now I understand why everyone said don't go to Croydon.
I mean, I feel like that's a defeatist attitude. It's funnier if I act like they were dumb for not wanting to go in the first place, whether or not they were right.
I mean, they've been. Like, everybody who's telling you don't go to Croydon has been to Croydon.
Oh, yeah? Huh. What brought you to Croydon?
Work?
Ah. Okay.
That was in my white van girl era. When I didn't know how adequately to not be taken advantage of by the people who work with me.
Mm-hmm. And so they would send you to the most distant places?
Well, it was a case of they would always send me through the Dartford Tunnel because I paid for it and I forgot to claim it back.
Oh.
And they just like, oh, it's been too late now. Sorry.
That's not good.
No. They were not great people to work for. They said, we'll give you a raise in 2 months. They didn't. And then when it came for the yearly raises, they didn't give me very much. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going into teaching. Fine.
Where I know I can get a raise.
I mean, honestly, I got a raise from teaching every year until, like, year 7.
Oh, wow. That's completely unlike the U.S.
Like, UK teaching is underpaid, but it's nowhere near as underpaid as the US.
Apparently.
I mean, it always makes me laugh. The people who are rude in my comments and say, you should probably go back to teaching. You're obviously not doing well. I'm just like, dude, I'm making way more money here than I did ever teaching. Mm-hmm. Teaching is not the profession you seem to think it is, dude. And yes, people are that rude. I had a van earlier. I drove a white van. Yeah, I was a geotechnical engineer, which involved a lot of going out to sites and taking samples. Yep.
Ooh, samples.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I didn't have to deal with many people because most of the places were just like, yeah, go to this industrial waste site or this shopping mall or wherever and just go through the boreholes and take samples. Go supervise the drillers. And I went and supervised the drillers, and me and the drillers got on really well. It was just sort of like I just chilled outside with them because I couldn't interfere with their job, but it was a case of, oh yeah, they need somebody if somebody calls the police, who's got like credentials and stuff. And I'm just like, they have credentials. They've got a drilling rig. It's like, what? Police coming up. What are you doing?
Yeah, but they need somebody. They need somebody who looks like they don't belong there. They need somebody who looks like they have a college degree to show that they're not just roughnecks who are digging up the street as part of a bank heist.
I never got the police called on us though. I don't know why they were just like, yeah, go out and supervise the drillers.
Yeah, we need someone non-threatening to stand next to the drillers.
I mean, it's like these drillers they have had on payroll for 25 years. Also, this company, they've never done anything dodgy, and it's just sort of like it was a nice symbiotic relationship, but they still needed me to go out and check on them.
Well, I mean, from a liability standpoint, if you don't go check on them and something happens...
Yeah.
Like... Yeah,
I mean, most of the time it was just like, yeah, go check on them, spend the day out there and bring the samples back after they're done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And I didn't even have to put this, like, the lads would put the samples in the back of my van for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, my friend is about to get their teaching license. Do you have, what country are they in?
Cleo's advice is entirely country dependent.
God, the answer is don't. Do something else with it. I'll do this for the UK at least. Don't put up with any guff from middle management. They need you more than you need them. There is a teaching shortage in the UK. And hop around, find a place, because it took me years and years and years to find a place where the senior leadership team was actually competent at their jobs. I'm not asking for location info, I'm asking for country. That's different.
Jeez, Cleo, it's Hong Kong is a very small country. It's gonna expose them.
I mean, it is fair. It is part of my rule set. Don't ask for like personal information.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a legitimate thing. Oh, pause check. Is there a place where they don't have a shortage of teachers? Not really, but it's like a different sort of skill set.
I mean, there might be places where they just don't have enough young people. Like, there's, oh, hey, this old mining town, nobody's having kids anymore. Everybody's 70. They have too many teachers. That happens.
I mean, like, in rural areas around here, oh, yeah, if you can, go get a rural job. They're easier than city jobs. In the UK. Because the kids tend to be easier to manage in class. Tend to, not always. I say that spending most of my time in very inner city, heavily deprived areas. And it's difficult, but it's a different kind of difficult. The hoodie's great, Cam. Hoodie's great. There's a teaching shortage in the US as well. Yep. Doesn't surprise me. Teaching is getting harder. The parents are always the worst part.
I am.
I mean, yeah. Like, you've met Joe?
These are shelving parts.
Sure, dealing with a room full of 40 different kids every hour for 7 hours is rough. Yep. It's not an easy job. Let's put it like that. It's not the hardest job in the world, but it's definitely not. It's no longer for me. It's no longer for me.
I don't maybe need all of these.
Oh, it's not one of the parents I would be stressed over. No. No.
Oh, although I did, I did have a former city council member demand I take down a tweet because the idea and it was too dangerous to the school system.
What?
So we've been having a lot of problems in Nashville, with, there was a big school shooting, and, so, like, a lot of the high schoolers have been, having protests where they, walk out of class and stuff and then march on the Capitol. And that's high school, right?
Yeah.
So, like, the elementary school, like, that my kid goes to, one of the parents is, so the principal was just like, hey, some parents are organizing a protest for elementary school students that's not in the middle of the day. If your kid wants to walk out of class, tell them no, that you'll take them to the Capitol after school to go to this one for elementary school students. And I'm like, wow, the fact that the principal of a school is encouraging parents to take their kids to a protest at the Capitol really says something about where we are on this, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, on Twitter, I was just like, it seems like if the kids really wanted to protest, the most effective thing they could do is say that they're just going to answer C on all the No Child Left Behind standardized tests until we have gun control.
Yeah, that seems reasonable to me.
And a bunch of so this guy who is a former city council member is like, no, that's going to completely trash the way that grants are given. It's going to break all of these things. And I'm like, yeah,
that's the point.
It costs nothing, and the kids don't need the parents to drive them downtown. This would break basically the entire standardized testing system in America has been charged with so much potential energy that it's not my fault if I'm the first one to think hey, this is a system that you basically there's some sort of metaphor here for a loaded gun you're handing to children to break the entire way that the funding of education is done in this country. But whatever. But
that's the point.
Yeah,
I did for control the guns.
I did not give my daughter this information that because I was just like, I don't want to get in trouble with a custody judge for if my kid throws her standardized test, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so the thing is, the standardized tests technically do affect whether or not the kids are eligible for the lottery for the good schools, but half the kids that are eligible still don't get in because there's twice as many kids that are eligible as there are slots. So, for example, my kid did great on the standardized test last year, still isn't going to get into a good school. So, the whole... There is an incentive system, but the incentive system is if you work really hard on the standardized test for 6 days, which is a 6-day long standardized test here in Tennessee. You work really hard on the standardized test for 6 days, you have a chance at getting into a better school. And it's like, And one of my friends was like, I don't know, the incentive to defect and get a good score is too high. And I'm like, but there's no, I don't know if there is. So, yeah. Okay, so we got all the pinball parts, basically, that are not massive into here. On that tray.
I mean, honestly, if the opportunity was, or get shot in school, I kind of know what I'd take.
Yeah.
And elementary schools should not be testing that much. I agree.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, is the federal government create, like, this No Child Left Behind thing. Possibly George W. Bush's least popular decision ever. And boy, could I tell you some things that George W. Bush decided? But yeah, anyway, thank you, Laura, for tipping 6, who says, great tweet, thank you so much. So that gets us to 66 degrees angular. But yeah, so like, I agree with you. In general, I don't make trouble for the teachers. I'm not like emailing my kid's teacher all the time, being like, oh, what's going on with this, blah, blah, blah. She got an A- on this? What is it? You know. But like, also, I don't know many other parents who have been told by city council or former city council members that their ideas are too radical and that they should remove them from Twitter. So, like,
I hope you didn't remove it from Twitter.
I did not. I did not. Oh.
Was this senator a Republican by any chance?
No, it's a council member. I'm not sure. I didn't really look, because he wasn't like my council member. He's just a council member who happened to see. I guess he maybe was looking for Nashville.
Sorry, Firehawk.
Tweets.
Thank you, Cam, for the biddies. And thank you, Dejected Stephen, for the subscription. Welcome to the Horde. If you look to your left and to your right, you'll see there are no exits.
Let me see. Did he remove... I kept retweeting him telling me to take it down. So, did he delete those tweets?
Probably.
Oh, maybe he did. Dang it. Oh, that's really disappointing.
I disagree with standardized testing as often as it's done in the UK. And in the UK, it's done at the end of year 11. No.
I think I took screenshots. Let me find them.
It's done in... no, not nursery. It's done in reception. But it's not really testing there. I mean, it is testing there. It's just the teachers are administering the tests and they're doing all that sort of stuff. It shouldn't happen, in my opinion. At the end of year 6, which is maths, English. I think it's just maths and English these days. It's been a while since I've taught. And then there's year 9, which I don't think should be a thing. The SATs at year 9 should not exist. We know at that point, like, the SATs tell us as teachers nothing because we know by that point. And in year 11, I think GCSE should exist. I only emailed the teacher when my kid got punished for using a Zoom-like program during class, but the monitoring software they give parents access to didn't show any access of that program. Oh, yeah, no, that's fair. SATs at the end of year 3 now. They don't do them now. I think they're replaced by teacher assessments, which arguably in junior school is what it should be. I don't know, like, it's just messed up. It's just messed up.
So, so as a city council member, like, party affiliation isn't like a big thing.
I mean, it
like that you have to declare necessarily. I'm trying to find this thing here, but like, I don't think his website says, right?
Yeah, it's like,
and I don't think he had to file.
Conservatives. It's like the Conservatives are sending everything around in green envelopes for some reason, with no mention of party affiliation anymore.
in Tennessee or in Nashville and Memphis, a lot of the politicians are Democrats, like whether they're liberal or conservative. That's just kind of the local composition. You know what I mean? So I don't know whether or not this guy was one or the other.
Thank you, Horsinator, who's resubscribed for 9 months with yay plants. I agree, yay plants.
But like I will say, a lot of Democrats are not willing to take any sort of risks. That's one of the reasons that our nation has so many problems right now. So I wouldn't assume something one way or the other.
I get you. I get you.
Okay. So I've got.
Oh, hey, NJ.
5. I thought I had 5 trays. Do I only have? No. Okay, I do have 5 trays. I have an empty one here for some reason in the middle. Okay. Because I was gonna say I've got 1 tray of pinball parts, 1 tray of painting stuff, 1 tray of stencils. Is this better if I turn the light off?
Probably not.
I might be able to get. Let me see if I
remember taking those tests just to find out what math class I was going to be in. I'm opposed to testing in general. I'm opposed to like constant standardized testing.
Yeah.
There's no need for it.
Okay. So now we don't have the ring light glare. Ooh.
Hooray!
Yeah, so I've got 1 tray of pinball parts, 1 tray of painting stuff, 1 tray of stencils. I was gonna have 1 tray of just color pencils, but the color pencil tins don't really fit in there. Maybe if I take them out and put them just in the trays?
Okay.
I don't know, we'll see how this goes. But, like, I do know that, like, when I'm trying to get set up for a craft stream, not being able to find any of the stuff I need is a recurring problem.
It is a problem. I agree. Fortunately, I don't require anything particularly different, and I leave it all on my... I leave everything on my coffee table.
Yeah, since I do the guitar streams the day after the craft streams, everything has to get moved.
Yeah.
This is just like they're like just barely not gonna fit. I mean, I could get rid of the trays entirely and just have or the color pencil plastic trays and just have the big tray, but then
I just have fistfuls of pencils all over my desk.
I mean, that's...
Works for me.
I'm kind of thinking, like, yeah, I'll just dump all the pencils into this big plastic tray. And then at least I have them. That's looking kind of appealing. Yeah.
Listen to your heart. You know it to be true.
Yeah, I think that's how we're doing this.
Yay! Great chaos.
Do I have dividers for the trays or cardboard? No. I shouldn't need it. The trays are the dividers. There's 5 of them. Okay, this feels like a good solution. I'll throw eraser, tape, and a knife in there too. Whew, we're getting stuff done!
Getting stuff done with Joe Hills.
Okay. So now.
By the time I was 11, I was doing pre-med classes, which took away an elective, so I was stuck doing PE in there. I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Music of pencil clattering. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I'm going to admit, not a fan.
What, the pencil clattering?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Which of my glasses?
It happens.
Oh, sunglasses. Glad those were on the floor.
I mean, that's where they do the most good, right?
Yeah. How long have we been going? An hour. Oh my god. Okay.
Thanks for the reminder of hydrating. I need that.
I was sitting here thinking to myself, like, oh my gosh, this has been like.
You don't have.
It just takes me so much energy to do stuff like this. I'm like, wow, this has been a really good 3 or 4 hours, but we should probably wrap up at some point. Like, I got a lot done. It's like,
I mean, Joe, if you need to go and do, if you don't need to go and lie down,
I'm gonna try and stick it out. Oh boy, but like, yeah, no, I just based on just the amount that getting this amount of progress has required of me. I'm like, I genuinely thought. I was like, oh no, I've got a call at 11 and we've probably overshot it by an hour.
Just noticed the odd side effect of using these stickers. Now weeks start on Sunday. That's because I used the Monday start stickers already. They give me opportunity for Monday or a Sunday start, so it doesn't really make much difference. And I do 2 calendars because one is for like appointments and one is for like cash flow. So might as well use the stickers that I get for it, right?
Right.
I'm gonna have the stickers. Oh, arguably, this should be it. Yeah. I do like the stickers. They make things like, for a start, they're usually very colourful, which is something that I need in my life.
Yeah, that's nice.
Although I think the next month's stickers are, I think they're going to be a more muted earth tone set. So.
Here. Wait, what is this? Is this my backpack cover?
Has anyone done
backpack cover?
Any of the accessory bits? Like, honestly, like the sound for bits aren't working at the moment. I haven't noticed any. So, and I know that like Cleo bits have come in. I mean, they may have gone off and I've not noticed them, but
Now I gotta put this.
You're right there, Joe.
Yeah, I found my backpack cover.
Oh.
It's like a waterproof cover that goes over my backpack.
Oh no, it did work. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, I don't know if the thank you for that. I don't know if the overlays work at the moment. They should do. Surely they should do. Just quick shout out to Cam for help. Thank you for the bitties Bakura, by the way. That's very nice of you. But Cam did spend a long time last night helping me in my overlays. We're still not completely there, like with the outfits and stuff. And I want to get this outfit that I'm currently wearing on the rotation at some point. But yeah, because it's cool. And also thank you, Blaze, for my jumper. It is the best outfit on my rotation.
So every time I find something like this that I haven't seen for like 2.5 years, I'm like, where can I put this so I can find it later? And there's no good answer.
And my brain is, if I haven't used it for 2.5 years.
Well, I stopped using it because of COVID was the thing, and it's and then I would have started using it again, but I couldn't find it. but I didn't want to buy another one because lightweight, waterproof, durable stuff like this is like expensive. But like this is like to protect my laptop when it's raining. I don't want to throw this out. It's valuable, you know. It has a value and protects the value of other things. So
Yes.
I'm just gonna set that there, I guess.
You love the outfits that I do for my. Honestly, most of my outfits were done by Xandra. Like the Medusa skin, the Third Life skin, my original skin, are mostly done by Xandra. So like the base skin and most of the variations were done by Xandra. I did the witchcraft skin. The jumper here was done by Blaze, although I think it was Klumily also did a version of that, which we didn't get around to putting up, but I really wanted to.
Is this
original skin? That's the thing from the Bible. Shockingly, yes. Love the witchcraft skin. Thank you. I don't think it was as good as my other skins, but it served its purpose. But I do appreciate that you liked it. You're going to eat Cameron's legs. Don't do that. He needs those to walk. From the bedroom to the computer.
How progressive.
I mean, you know what? I say that like it's not how I do my day.
I found the bed for my air mattress too. Wow, okay.
That's how I live my life. Computer to bed, that's about it. We'll just attach Cameron's computer to their bed. He also goes to the toilet.
What is this?
I don't want a toilet attached to any bed. Like ever. Some days it can be a very long walk. You know what? Like, honestly, when you're having a rough day, getting out of bed's a troll. I understand that.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go through this later because I just found a. Yeah. Okay, I don't know.
Honestly, without the days without my computer, I realize just how much I rely on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Is all I'm saying. I didn't think I relied on it quite that much, but I do. But it made me not want to get out of bed because it's just sort of like, well, what am I going to do? Normally I would be working about now. And enforced days off are not days off.
No, because you spend the whole day stressing about the fact that you're like, now I'm screwed. Like, I was supposed to work today and I can't, and I was supposed to go do something fun a week from now, but now I can't go do that because I'm gonna have to be making up the thing then.
Didn't really help that all my big series sort of ended.
Mm-hmm.
In that week. In that 2 weeks. Yeah. And it was just sort of like, well, now I can't do the videos that I wanted to do. I can't fully participate the way I wanted to.
Yeah.
And that sucks. The payday stickers on. All legs shall be sacrificed to the plush dragon's worm. That's a statement. Okay. Right. I'm gonna do green.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do green. Green's a good colour.
Sure
it goes with pink very well. Just need to find a nice green.
As opposed to a cruel, angry green.
Yep, those things are what I meant. Yeah. 100%.
People are like, why don't you put the cover in the bag you use to carry your laptop around? because I'm loaning my backpack to somebody right now because I wasn't using it very often.
Yeah, that's on you.
Yeah, that's my fault. Well, it's... The thing is like... You know, I'm not going to justify myself.
You don't have to justify yourself,
if a family member needs
arguably.
to borrow a backpack, I'm not going to be like, no. Like...
I mean, I agree. I just think it's funny to say, well, that's on you. And you try and justify yourself, and I'm like, I don't need that. That's fine.
Yeah, so I don't really technically have a laptop bag right now is the thing. But
Where'd
like, I'm not really... since I got back from England, I used my backpack for that. But like, I don't really have money to travel anytime soon because it was an expensive trip, and then I just spent a lot of money on an immigration attorney. So on the plus side, I'm feeling like the immigration process all of a sudden is like going way smoother.
What, you mean having a professional do it?
Yeah, having a professional do it is great, but I also have like, it's like, well, Joe, what if you want your backpack to go to the coffee shop and work? No, there's that money's gone. What if you want your backpack to go to an event? I'm basically looking at it and it's like, okay, once the card game drops, I'm going to be going to a lot of events. But in the meantime, I'm just going to be mostly sitting at home sad. But except for PlayOnCon, because I already had bought tickets for that. Well, actually, I don't buy tickets for that. I help host some events, so they send me tickets. But I already rented a quarter of somebody else's room, which is like practically nothing in terms of... It's like, yeah, it's like $80 for the weekend at that point. Yeah.
I mean, going out is very important. And Jay says, meant to go to the city with some friends, but 2 of them cancelled on me. But getting up some other friends and inviting your partner, you know what? That's what we need. That's what we need in general. Yeah. Somebody's asking me about my bullet journal stuff. Right. The stickers, like the monthly budget stuff, is from Budget with Ira, which is somebody who I am a Patreon of, actually. And I get the stickers every month from them. Like, most of the other stickers that I've got should not probably show you my council tax bill. That's probably a bad.
Yeah, no, that's why I stopped going through I was going through a thing and I'm like, oh, I think there's some art supplies in here. And I'm like, oh, here's a check from a freelance gig I did 3 years ago. Yeah, you know, maybe I should just not do all of this directly on camera, because
yeah, this stuff I got from what do you call it, the place that sells the things. This is an Etsy thing.
Oh, what's it?
Yeah, so this is stuff that I looked at Etsy. This is from Busy Bee Planner Studio. If you look for planner stuff, like this, the stickers and stuff and the washi tape and everything like that is either from, it's mostly from Amazon, but a lot of it is now, like this one that Abby got me was from Etsy as well. So there you go. The plant stickers I enjoy. Like they were a bunch of like other stuff. Like stickers from Amazon are hit and miss. Those ones were a hit because those have got succulents on it, and where I'm doing like a succulent themed journal.
I found a clear tote bag I can take into stadiums.
Ooh. Okay. Is that a thing?
Yeah, because so stadiums are like where they do large sporting events.
I know what stadiums are, but I didn't know you needed a clear bag for those.
Well, only if you're carrying stuff inside. You can have no bag. That's acceptable. But, like, because of terrorism or whatever, they're like, you can't just take a bag into a stadium.
I mean, most times here, if they've got that sort of concern, it's like they just do a quick bag search.
stadiums make a lot of revenue off of food and drink sales, and so as soon
That's why they check. That's part of why they check in your bag.
yeah, but it's basically as soon as terrorism became a thing, they were like, haha, we have an excuse to not check in your bag because we're gonna discourage you from bringing one at all.
Why does it sound like Joe is looking through garbage?
That's not inaccurate. I mean, like, I'm going through my studio and I'm pulling craft supplies out of random boxes and stuff and putting them into correctly categorized trays.
For that reason.
But yeah, I mean, arguably there is, like, I do have a lot of, like, oh, I saved this bag in case I need a bag for something. Like, yeah. I don't even know.
Once mass trash is another Joe's treasure.
I have a lot, like, I was gonna say, I have a lot more rolls of tape than I thought I did. But I knew I had this many rolls of tape, but what I didn't know was where any of them were. I spent a lot of time not buying tape, because I was like, I have tape. I just don't know where it is. So, like, unfortunately, the tape is one of the things that doesn't fit in these trays. It's just too tall. So I'm just consolidating all the tape into, like, a tower.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just going to put the tower of tape on a shelf. That's the current
I mean, that's
plan.
fair.
I don't know.
Okay. Let's get the succulents in. Got cactuses on it and everything.
What?
Don't have to draw every cactus. For some reason that I just love cats. I just want to hug every cat song popped into my head.
Oh, I don't think I know that one. Could you hum a few bars?
Yes.
Will
Well, I'm
you?
not going to, but
Will
I
you
could
hum a
do
few
that.
bars?
No, I won't. I could. I am not going to.
If we find a bag of beef jerky, I'll be very disappointed.
If you have you still not found the beef jerky?
No, but like at this point, if I never find it, I'm like, well, it was impossible to find, so I don't have to feel bad about it. But if I find it and it's just like directly behind my monitor, and it has been for 18 months, then that's going to reflect poorly on me, right? Like,
I mean, losing it in the first place doesn't necessarily reflect, well on you, Joe.
yeah, but the degree of the reflection, like how much of a funhouse mirror this is unclear.
The music makes this stream so calm and like, this is just Lo-Fi Girl on in the background, which is nice and chill in the best of times.
Mahi Zerobo says you should get one of those hang on a door shoe organizers. There's a bunch of pouches for the tape and the other things.
Yeah, but then it's on display.
Well, the other
That's
thing
a
is, like,
different
the
kettle of
door to
fish.
the studio is usually open for ventilation purposes.
Mm-hmm.
And so when the door is open, and like there's, so, and I wouldn't want to put something on, if I put something on the inside of the door, it would stop it from opening all the way, because like it's like right up against a wall the way it opens. This apartment's laid out really poorly. So then I'm like, okay, then I have to put it on the outside of the door. But then when we have guests, I can't just close the door to the studio and have it look clean, because now I'm hanging all this stuff on the outside. And I can 100% tell you that once I fill that thing, it will be too heavy to safely swap the sides without everything dumping out. Or
Oh
So
yeah, 100%. So
I don't. In theory, it could be hung on other things besides the door, like the shelves, like the wireframe shelves. I mean, but like if I can't see something, one of the reasons to have the wireframe shelves is because if I can't see something, I have a hard time remembering where it is. Like,
I mean,
it's not technically object permanence because, like with the tape, I know the tape exists, but the location of the tape when I can't see it is not
is
something
in
I
flux.
store in
It's
memory.
Schrodinger's tape.
Yeah, it's like it's out there, but I don't know where it is. And so,
Considered, and hear me out, labels.
well, no. What I'm saying is though, if I block like an entire one of these wire shelves by hanging stuff in front of it, I might as well not have the shelves.
Okay.
Like I will, whatever's behind the hanging door thing on the shelves will be invisible or
Right.
concealed.
I am very much a fan of labeling things. Because it helps me remember, not necessarily remember that stuff is there.
Yeah.
It helps me, it helps me recognize when I've not used stuff in a while, so I can get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
What?
I don't like
Yeah.
keeping hold of things in general.
Well, one thing that's really obnoxious about like a lot of my storage space in here is full of cardboard boxes with styrofoam in them, and it's
I hate
explicitly
those.
like it's like the box for my computer, the
Mm-hmm.
box for the sound system, the box for all sort or like basically all of my tech. I have the original boxes because I keep thinking I'm gonna be moving in the next few months and I don't and I need to, I'm gonna need to
Sorry.
pack all this stuff up, and I'm gonna want to have it packed up safely because like the computer is expensive, the
Mm-hmm.
sound like the preamp or whatever for my XLR mics is expensive. I should keep these boxes, pack everything up nicely, and then not have to stress about it as much when I move. Like I've got the boxes for some of my monitors because monitors you can theoretically wrap them in a towel and they're fine, but like
You see,
if
my brain is like, I'm going to be moving soon. I will take my computer stuff with me in the car.
I well, what I'm saying is even just putting it in the car, having a monitor in a box is more secure than having a monitor wrapped in a towel, right?
True.
And especially too if like I don't know if how far I'm gonna have to carry the stuff. What if I'm going up and down a lot of stairs? It might be easier to carry it in a box, you
Yeah.
know. Um, Especially like with monitors where like the monitor stand will like extend and contract as you're trying to carry it around. It's uh so anyway, I've got like a bunch of the boxes for my equipment because I keep thinking I'm going to be moving my equipment anytime
I mean,
now.
that's fair.
But I
That's
actually
fair.
just sent my landlord a thing saying, "Hey, my kid's not changing schools. I want to renew my lease. You
Please don't price gouge me,
please don't
you
price gouge
monster.
me." Um so I mean until I see the price, like I really yeah, I'm trying my best, Cleo. Trying my
You're
best.
trying your best.
I've
I'm
but
not
like
judging you.
I'm just so
I
stressed out
mean,
about all of this
you know,
stuff. I'm sorry. This is why stickers don't get removed from trays because I'm like trying to figure out where I'm gonna live. Like
do the
Dogs Be
boxes
Great
need to
says,
be in the studio?
do the boxes need to be in the studio? I mean, in theory, I could stack them on the dining table, but that seems worse somehow, right? Um,
Yeah.
like from a tax standpoint, this is the room that is my dedicated home office and storage space. So if I have boxes for my work equipment, it should be in here, right? Um,
I guess.
yeah, I mean, like I don't know where else to put them, like
I mean, that makes sense to me.
yeah.
Oh, I've made progress.
Mama Llama Mim says possible solution for all your tapes is a big paper towel holder. Yeah, I don't think that that's too different though from me just stacking the rolls of tape on top of each other, because they're like rolls of duct tape size tape. They're not gonna fall over. They're not like washi tape little rolls. Gabe says, could you temporarily break the boxes down, like fold them up so they're flat? Well, they've got this. So, like for example, the monitor boxes have the styrofoam that's like fitted around the monitors, and so even if I folded the boxes up, the styrofoam that goes around the monitors is still going to be the size of the box roughly.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So I don't know. Ugh. But yeah, I guess in theory, if I consolidated all of the storage boxes like that, or all the shipping boxes like that, behind something I hung, I won't need to find those boxes until I move anyway. So it's okay if I don't remember where they are. But yeah.
I wasn't going to mention JT, but the scorn in Joe's voice when he said little washi tape rolls. I know.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I was thinking about if I stacked up washi tape rolls the way I stacked up these other things.
It was just like little washi tape rolls.
Little washi tape rolls.
I understand where my place is now, Joe. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm glad.
It was very scornful. I think I'm actually done.
I feel like I'm done. If you're ready to wrap up,
definitely done.
I'm feeling done. I've got.
It's a beautiful day outside.
It is a beautiful day outside, and. Yeah.
And I can open the door and just have the door open.
Nice.
For like the first time in months.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I wanted to have my window open, but there was a lawn crew out there, and so. Yeah, I love it when I'm streaming and you can hear a bunch of people yelling and then occasionally running weed whackers and then occasionally taking phone calls. And it's like,
Yeah. I'm going to sign off from you, Joe, and say goodbye to everybody.
Alrighty,
have a great day, Joe.
You too.
Just chill.
I'm chilling.
See you later.
I'm chill. Bye.
Yeah.
Listen how chill I am.
Bye-bye, Joe.
Bye. Okay, so that's goodbye to Cleo. We're going to see who we can raid. Twitch.tv/directory/following. It looks like Pearlescent Moon is doing some traditional art streaming, so we're going to go ahead and /raid Pearlescent Moon. And, oops. That's entering that command over in Cleo's chat was a wrong thing to do. I need to put that in my chat. Raid Pearlescent Moon. Raid has been created. Da 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 da. Do do do. It's not understated. Okay. Bye, Luigra. Alrighty. So here we go. Until next time, y'all. This is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do 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 do. Stop streaming. Stop in the stream. I didn't.